Hello guys, and welcome to part 2 of my decluttering my makeup. So yet again I have a box and I am going through all of this. This was the big drawer if you watched my makeup stash video thing. We're just gonna start decluttering, and this is my bronzer, blush, and highlighter drawer. We're gonna start here with bronzers. So this is the Temp 2 bronzer in the shade Shimmer Bronzer. I actually really liked this and I used it a couple times. I got this in a BoxyCharm box and it's just so shimmery and beautiful, and it is a liquid, so you like blend it out and like it turns into the most beautiful like bronziness, but I never ever use this anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, next is this Wet n Wild dual-ended contour stick. I want to keep this just because this is a nice, like, I like the contour side, I don't like the highlighter side of this. Well, actually it looks gross. Okay, I was gonna keep this, but it actually looks kind of gross when I, what do you call that? Swivel it up.
When I look at it.
When I twist it up, it looks kind of gross, so I'm gonna get rid of this, although this does have really nice packaging. Like, just twist those. I was talking to my sister, by the way. But
oh, wow.
I'm gonna throw that in the trash just because it looks kind of gross. This is the e.l.f. eyebrow kit. I never use this thing. Why do I have this? This is so old too. I'm gonna throw this away. And then this is the Kiss eyebrow kit, and I never use this one either, and it's so old as well, so I'm gonna throw this away. Although I did keep it for this shade right here, which I don't know if you can tell because the lighting's kind of bright. Let me put it down a little bit. This shade right here is a beautiful, beautiful highlight for your brows, but I'm not gonna keep it just for that, and they're really old, so I'm gonna throw them away. Next is the Catrice Contour Prime and Fine Contouring. I'm keeping this. I really like the contour side of this, not so much the highlight, but I'm gonna keep it anyway. This is the e.l.f. Fiji Matte Blush and Bronzer Duo. This thing is beautiful. I really like both of these out of here, so I'm gonna keep this just because I can. Okay, so next we have this, which is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour. I really like this product, actually. It's kind of like a cream, but like it's a cushion. So it's like a cream, but in a cushion. And I just really like the color of it. I've been obsessed with this recently, so we're definitely keeping this. So next is the Hoola The Benefit Bronzer. Sadly, like, I don't really like this bronzer, but also I'm not sure that I've given it a real fair chance, so I'm gonna continue to keep this just because it was expensive, and I'm gonna try it out. This is the Sephora contour in the shade Los Cabos, and it is very, very cool toned, and I love it, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay, next I have this Too Faced Mini Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. I'm gonna keep this because I like to take this one traveling if I ever like go somewhere like overnight, because I have the full size, which this made me purchase the full size, but I like to keep this for traveling purposes. Then next I have two butter bronzers. This one, because it's on its last leg, I might as well just throw it out, like, to be honest. There's not much left in there, so I think I'm gonna put this in my empties, and then I'm gonna use this one, which is a brand new butter bronzer, which is so intriguing. Next is this Becca bronzer. This is a new purchase for me. This is the Becca Gradient Sunlit Bronzer in the shade Sunrise Waves. This is absolutely beautiful. This is new. It is limited edition, but it has the two highlights on the sides and then like the bronzer in the middle, and you swirl it all up and it gives the most beautiful like glowy bronzer. So I'm definitely keeping this. Next I have these two Too Faced bronzers. I have one in Chocolate Soleil and one in Milk Chocolate Soleil. I'm sure you've seen these a million times. This is the Milk Chocolate one, and this is the chocolate one. Like I just said, I was keeping the full size of this one, so I'm keeping both of these. Okay, this is the NYC Smooth Skin something bronzer. I've literally touched this. I've never put it on my face. Actually, that's a lie. I put it on my face once in a video and it looked really orange on me, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Next is the number 7 Caramel Bronzer. Or the bronzer in shade Caramel, sorry. This is really pretty. I really do like this bronzer, so I'm going to keep it as well. As you can tell, I have a bronzer obsession. Okay, next is the Marc Jacobs bronzer, Omega bronzer in the shade Tantastic. I'm definitely not getting rid of this because this was a pretty penny. Okay, next is this L'Oreal Lumi bronzer. I really do like this one as well. It's really shimmery, and I do love that about it because it gives you like the most beautiful glow. So I will be keeping this one. Next, I have two of the Wet n Wild contouring palettes. These are pretty old, but This one's older than this one, and I never ever use this one. This one's in Caramel Toffee. I should probably just toss this just because it's so old, so I'm gonna toss this. And I really love this shade in this palette. This is the lighter one, which is Dulce de Leche, so I think I'm gonna keep this for now. I might end up getting rid of it soon because, like I said, it is kind of old. Okay, so next is blushes. We're gonna start right here just because I know I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is the Makeup Revolution, the matte blush. This is a really pretty color. I just never use it. And this is in the shade Nude, so I'll give it to someone else who will use it. I've only used it once, so. All right, next are these two blushes right here, and these are the Physicians Formula Butter Blushes, and I have mine in the shade Natural Glow and Vintage Rouge. I said that weird. I love both of these. I will not be getting rid of them. They will stay. Next, I have two Burt's Bees blushes. Again, neither one of these will be leaving my collection. I have them in the shade Toasted Cinnamon and the shade Bare Peach, and I love them both. Next is this Tarte blush in the shade Seduce. I won't be getting rid of this because it was kind of expensive, and I do like it, and they stay pretty long. It's just not my favorite color anymore. I used to really love these kind of colors, but now I'm kind of different with what I choose to wear. Okay, next is the Milani powder blush in the shade Romantic Rose. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blush. So I have to keep it. I have to keep it, don't I? Next, this is a newer purchase. This is the limited edition Wet n Wild Baked Blush in the shade Hummingbird Hype. It is very, very glowy. I have to use this sparingly, but when I want a super, super glowy blush, I definitely go for this one. Next, I have these three Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. I love all three of these, but these are really inexpensive blushes, and for the price, they are extremely good. So I really love these two, and this one, I don't even know if I've ever worn it, but it's a really pretty color. Who's calling me? Next is this Note Cosmetics blush. I just got this in my BoxyCharm, like just got it, and it's a beautiful color. I'm gonna keep it for a little while. Okay, next I have this LA Girl Just Blushing blush in the shade Just Playful. This is a really pretty blush as well. I think I'm gonna decide between this one or the Milani one, just because they're like basically the same color, and I don't need them both, you know? They're totally different. Okay, I'm going to keep the Milani one, and I'm going to get rid of the LA Girl one. Not because it's a bad blush. It's a really good blush, and I really do like it, but I just already have this color, and I don't need two of them.
You're struggling.
I am.
You can't get rid of anything.
But how can you?
I understand.
So next, obviously, I'm keeping this first off because this is the most amazing, beautiful blush ever, and because they reformulated it, and it's not the same color. So this is the Milani Luminoso blush, and I will be keeping this. Okay, then this is the Essence Satin Touch blush in the shade Satin Coral. This is beautiful. I won't be getting rid of this. This is a really affordable and expensive blush that's really good. So this is staying, and I love the packaging. I don't know why. Okay, here's another Tarte blush. This is in the shade Party, like 40 million A's, and it's basically like the same color as the other blush that I have, so I don't know why I need two of them. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of the Party, and I'm gonna keep the full-size one. Okay, and lastly, I have this NYX blush in the shade Soft Spoken. I've tried to use this blush so many times, but I feel like nothing really comes off because it's like so, like, you could hardly see that. And I don't really, I don't like it, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. These are the Makeup Revolution, what are these? Liquid highlighter drops. I hate these. On my face, it just picks up all my foundation and removes it, and I just can't get over these. And I've used them on my body, and they're pretty, but I just don't want to keep them for that reason, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I have this little Becca highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop. I will not be getting rid of this, although sometimes it doesn't work for my skin tone because I'm really fair, but I'll be keeping it. I have this Physicians Formula Butter highlighter. It's beautiful. It's in the shade Pearl. It is really white, but this is the only shade that would match me, so I will be keeping it because I like the formula and everything. Then I'll also be keeping this e.l.f. highlighter in the shade Moonlight Pearls. This is a really nice drugstore highlight for a really inexpensive price tag, so if you're looking for one, check this one out. Then I could never get rid of this. This is the Mary Luminizer, the Balm's Mary Luminizer. This is so beautiful. This is just a classic highlighter to have, so I can't get rid of this one. And then next, this is the Milani Strobe Lighting Highlighter in the shade Afterglow. This is kind of newer to my collection, so I'm not going to get rid of it, but it does have that pinky shift to it, and I'm not really about pinky shifts anymore, but I will be keeping this one because it's a really nice highlighter. Next, I have the e.l.f. Shimmer Highlighting Powder. in the shade Pearl Glow. I will be getting rid of this just because it's basically white and I don't really need this in my collection. It is very beautiful and stunning. It reminds me more of like Flexitarian kind of, which I love Flexitarian, and I'd rather keep that one over this one, even though this is a really nice highlighter. Like, look at that glow. Wow, now I want to keep it. But I don't need it. Like, that's the problem. So I'm gonna get rid of this. My sister is making faces, so I'm sure she's gonna want it. I have 2 of these highlighting powders from Wet n Wild in Blossom Glow and Precious Petals. Precious Petals is just too dang dark for me. I don't know why. Like, that's never gonna work for me. I don't know why I hold on to it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then this one in Blossom Glow is really pretty, but it does have that pinky shift. I'm still keeping it just because I really like the formula, but it is really pinky, but this one works better for my skin tone, so I'll keep this one. Okay, next is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. I will be keeping this even though it's kind of dark for me sometimes, but I still like it and I make it work, so I'm keeping this one. Next is the Makeup Revolution. Wow, I bought this forever ago. This is the Vivid Baked Highlighter in the shade Radiant Lights. I don't even know if they sell these anymore. Like, Not So Blinding Highlight. Wow, okay, I'm gonna keep this one. I wasn't going to, but I'm keeping it now. Okay, and then this one I could never, ever in a million years ever get rid of. This is the Amrezy highlighter by Anastasia. Love this so much. I'm so sorry this is limited edition, but it's beautiful. Next, I have this loose highlighter in the shade Moon Tears. This was from Wet n Wild from their Gotho Graphic collection. I will be keeping this. It's not my favorite, but it does give a really nice glow. Okay, next is this BH Cosmetics Illuminate by Ashley Tisdale. This is in the shade Illuminating Shimmer. This does not work for me. This is so dark, and online it looked way lighter, and this was the lightest shade, so I'm getting rid of this. I don't think I've ever even touched it. And this is the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips in the shade Vegas Strip. This was like the first real highlighter I think I've ever bought. All I have to say is, wow, this is old, and I'm gonna throw it away. So this is the Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Boozy Brunch. This one's really pretty as well. I just don't think it works for my skin. Yeah, see, that's so dark. I don't want to get rid of it though because it was such a nice highlighter. I'm gonna get rid of this one. It pains me, but like that's never gonna work for me, and I don't self-tan, so. That's all that we're getting rid of out of here. That like cut down this drawer a lot. I got rid of 11. So I feel like for me that was pretty good. So I'm proud. Okay, so I actually decided to get rid of the Wet n Wild's Moon Tears because I just don't like it. And my sister talked me into it, so whoops. So this is going. Okay, next is this drawer, which is all of my primers, powders, and setting sprays, and foundations, and this is a lot. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin powder in the shade Classic Ivory. I will be getting rid of this because it turned my face orange the first time I used it, and so this is just gonna go. I think it should just go in the trash because it's old. Okay, next is this. This is the Flower Beauty powder or something in LO1. And this is way too dark for me, and it turned my face orange as well, so I've never used it since then. I honestly don't think anyone would want to use this because it's really old, so I'm going to throw it out. Okay, next is this little Tarte powder. It's white, and it gives the worst flashback in the history of flashback. It's also really old, so I'm just going to throw this away. Next, I have this Maybelline loose powder in the shade Light. It is not light. I don't know who they were trying to kid here when they said this was light. It's like orange. But I did use the majority of it until I realized that it was literally turning me into like an Oompa Loompa, so I'm going to throw this away. Then I have the LA Girl Pro Powder in the shade Banana. I'm going to keep this one even though it is kind of dark for me. I'm still going to keep it. Then I will not get rid of this. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Powder. I love this stuff. Next I have the Wet n Wild Pressed Powder in the shade Warm Light. I will be keeping this as well. Because this is the only like pressed powder I really have, so I'm keeping this one. Next, I have the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I just bought this recently and I've been loving it, so I'm keeping this. And I have my Holy Grail right here. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, which I need to get a new one sometime soon because I've hit pan, and I'm keeping this. And the last powder I have is down in here, and I'm not going to dig it out because it's going to make all these foundations fall forward. And it's the Coty Airspun Powder, and I'm keeping that one as well. So the first one, I'm getting rid of this. This is the Sephora Beauty Amplifier Mattifying primer. I don't know why I bought this, to be honest, because I already had mattifying primers, but I just wanted to try it out and I hated it. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. Okay, next is the Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot. Keeping this, also keeping this. This is the Fresh and Fit Awake Primer. This has been my favorite recently. I'm keeping this primer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's not my favorite, but I bought it and I'm gonna use it. Then I have the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. Keeping this one as well. I really do like it for minimizing pores. Then I will not get rid of this one. This is the Too Faced Peach and Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. I really do like this one as well. Is the Wet n Wild Face Primer, Photo Focus Face Primer. I do like this one. It's more like a lotion, but I will be keeping it. Okay, then I also have this e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I do not like this whatsoever, but I used it once. I don't know if anyone will take it, but I'll put it in the thing, and if they don't, we'll just get rid of it. Next is this one. This is the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. I hate the spray on this, and when I got it, it came like cracked in 3 places, so it drips places. I honestly don't know why I still have this, so I'm gonna throw it away. Okay, and I believe that was all my primers, so now we're gonna move on to foundations, and I have a lot of freaking foundations that I just need to throw out because it's ridiculous. So the first one I see is this. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Foundation. I've had this for over 2 years. I think we're approaching like year 3. So I think I'm just gonna throw this away because I'm sure that's disgusting. The next one is this. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I bought this way long ago and I tried to wear it the other day and it broke my face out and smells weird. So I'm gonna throw this away. I really did like this foundation though when it was still in date. It's a pretty good one, but this one's bad. These 2 foundations I'll be keeping. This is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I really do like this one. I just have found ones that I like better that are cheaper. And then this one is a newer purchase. I've only worn it like twice, but I didn't like the way it looked on my skin, but still I want to wear it just because I paid for it. Next is this Estee Lauder Double Wear. I will be keeping this one as well because I paid a lot of money for this. It is not my favorite anymore. I really did like it a lot, but I just have found ones that I like better. So I will use it up, but it's not my favorite anymore. Next is this Sonia Kashuk foundation. I honestly don't remember how I felt about this one. I haven't worn it in forever, so I want to give it another go just because it's not that old. This is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I will be keeping this one. It does settle into my smile lines a little bit quicker, but I can get over that, so I'm going to be keeping this one. Next is this one. This is the BH Cosmetics Liquid Foundation in Naturally Flawless. This was really full coverage, and I'm not like totally full coverage anymore. I kind of like medium coverage to like full. So I'm going to be putting this in the giveaway because it's not that old, and I feel like some of my family members might be the same shade, so I'm gonna put that in there. Next, this is the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir Foundation. I really do like this foundation, and I'm not sure if this one's bad, and I really do like this foundation, so I think I'm gonna keep it for now, and if it goes bad, I will throw it out. Next is this one. This is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin. I actually really don't like this foundation. It just looked weird on my skin and it wasn't the right color anyway. Next I have this. This is the e.l.f. foundation. I don't know what this is because e.l.f. doesn't put their names on packaging, but this is like one of their foundations. I really didn't like this, but I'm gonna put it in the box because it's kind of new and someone might want to try it. Wet n Wild foundations. I am gonna get rid of this one because it's darker and it makes me look orange, but I'm gonna keep this one in the shade Nude Ivory. I do like this foundation. It's not my favorite, but I do want to kind of use it up as much as I can. All right, next I have 3 of these Maybelline Fit Me foundations. This was like my favorite foundation back in the day. So I do have the shade 110, 120, and 122. I'm just gonna throw this away because I think this one's really old anyway. And then I have these 2 shades. I have 110 and 120. 120 is practically empty. Yeah, I would have to scrape the sides to get any of that out, so that's trash. 110 actually sort of matches me, so I'm gonna be keeping this one. That's sad, but it matches me. Then I have this. This is the LA Girl Pro Matte High Definition Longwear Matte Foundation. I really don't like this foundation, but I will be keeping it because I want to try it out a few more times to make sure I don't like it. Next is this. This is the Revlon Color Stay. This is not my shade, and it was not my shade when I bought it in the first place. This is so old, so I'm gonna trash this. Next is this. This is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Healthy Glow. This is literally my new foundation. I love this over every foundation I own, and I will forever keep this. And then the last one is this CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. This is a new purchase, so I'm gonna keep this one. I don't really have many thoughts on it. It's okay. And the last thing is setting sprays in this drawer, and all the ones that are in here I will be keeping just because I've almost finished them, and I don't have that many. I have 3 setting sprays, and then I have these primer sprays, so all those will be kept. Alright guys, so that's everything I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are having a blessed day or night wherever you are, and I will catch you guys in my next video.